Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh. Let's do this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shrinkwrapped. This is the DVD and Blu-ray haul show where I let y'all know what I picked up for the month and also give away some digital codes. Some quick housekeeping. We're going to give away the codes for October. This was for A Quiet Place and Happy Death Day. Also, thank you to LC Screen Talk for spreading the word, getting some new faces in the running. And without further ado, let's figure out who won these codes. This one's going to be for A Quiet Place and Rise the Horizon. Congratulations for that. This one's going to be for Happy Death Day. Roger F. Looks like you won for Happy Death Day. So, to Rise the Horizon and Roger F., please let me know the best way to get these codes out to you, whether it be Instagram, DMs, Twitter, what have you. Just let me know in the comments below what you want me to do, and I will be sure to get those out to you shortly. Remember, they are not eligible for anything this month, which kind of sucks, because this month, I'm not going to lie to you folks, it's a big one. There are a ton of digital codes out available today, and mostly because of Black Friday. I spent most of the month just kind of waiting, biding my time, and finally, last Saturday, I just went and completely gorged myself. So we have more than 15 digital codes. I'm going to go with DVDs first, because none of the DVDs have digital codes. So all the Blu-rays at the end, pay attention, they are all eligible for codes. And I have way more Blu-rays than DVDs, so this is going to be a big haul. Atomic Blonde, a movie that came out last year, and it feels like so much longer ago. This one is not perfect. There's definitely some spotty parts here. It's kind of convoluted, and it goes on a little bit too long. But the fight sequences, Charlize Theron's performance is one that definitely makes it worth your time. Another one here, you can tell that I got the Walmart pickups here. Goosebumps. One that I wasn't excited to go see. I saw it with my family and was pleasantly surprised. So as a good, if you have a kid who's 8 or 9 and you want to introduce them to kind of slightly horror-tinted-esque stuff, Goosebumps. It's a good comedy. Jack Black actually delivers a pretty damn good performance. I liked it quite a bit. Underrated animated movie, Surf's Up. Believe me, if you want to pitch a movie about surfing penguins, it sounds like the stupidest thing on the face of the earth, but surprisingly works here. I like all the characters, I like the messages. Is Jeff Bridges in this one? Yes, he is! Jeff Bridges is in this. It's actually got a pretty decent cast with Zooey Deschanel and a pre-crazy-ass Shia LaBeouf, so I actually really recommend this one. A Best Picture nominee from last year, Darkest Hour. I wish I'd gotten this on Blu-ray, but they were out. It's an English chamber drama, so you kind of know what you're expecting, especially with the biopic here. But I thought the way Joe Wright handled a lot of these sequences really just impressed me. I love his use of shadow, the sparse moments of light that come in. I love Oldman's performance, which is captivating and enthralling. It's powerful, and it's also really funny. Lily James, I think it's in this one. She does a great performance as well. If you want just a well-executed biopic with a fantastic performance, Darkest Hour, it'll definitely get you inspired to rise up against the fascists in your town. Speaking of underrated animated, we're going Ants, a movie that is about genocide, survival of the fittest, and has a terrifying Saving Private Ryan-esque war sequence. But it's for kids! Might as well get the Predators movies. The only one I think I've seen is Alien vs. Predator, the first one, and, as much as I love the sleigh ride of friendship, it's not actually a Predator movie. So, the fact that I got these, it's a triple pack with Predator, the apparently terrible Predator 2, and the pretty good Return to Form Predators. I might lose my film critic points for this, but I don't care. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows. It's basically an hour-and-a-half long TMNT cartoon at its best. At its worst, it still echoes some of that bro-y Michael Bay fare. But I think with the additions of some much-needed humor, some much-needed color and light to the franchise of late. It's a fun, stupid watch. It is completely stupid. It doesn't make any sense. But let's be honest, neither did the original TV show. We're just keep going on with the underrated animated here. Angry Birds movie. A movie that brought us one of the best moments in HalfKocked history.
He was this hero, but it turns out he's retired and he's become like an egotistical maniac. To be honest,
egotistic.
I'm gonna fucking stab you! God damn it! Stop with the fucking puns!
I'm still pissed I didn't come up with that pun. And finally, and the last of the haul, is due to my good buddy Liam, who gave me the Oceans collection, 11 through 13. Never seen these before. I think all the Steven Soderbergh movies I have in my collection are because of Liam. So I'm excited to catch these, especially since I missed out on Ocean's 8, which, I don't know, y'all let me know what you thought of Ocean's 8 in the comments. I don't know if I'm gonna bother with this. Maybe I'll watch it after these. And that's gonna be it for the DVDs. And now, every one of these following Blu-rays has a digital code in them. I'm gonna go over them at the end, but pay attention. Here we go. This is the newest one that I grabbed, and I had to grab it. Thank God for Best Buy putting it on an actual sale. Incredibles 2. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. Felt a little rushed, a little jumbled, but the animation is gorgeous. Some of the fight sequences rival anything in any other movie this year. And all the characters you know and love are at full force. It's really a damn well-made movie. And especially for a movie that came out this late and felt like it was kind of rushed into production, the fact that it turned out this good is really a testament to how well Brad Bird directs. This one I was looking for a decent sale forever. This is actually one of my favorite movies of the year, and it's surprising that it lands as high in my memory as it does. Love, Simon. I don't know what I was expecting from this one. I think I was just kind of expecting an average teen comedy. But what makes it work for me is the execution. The story, the characters, the performances. It's not like this is a revolutionary type of story. It's basically a kid trying to figure out who his secret admirer is. Plus, you know, deal with the baggage of being gay. And we've seen movies tackle similar topics of identity and whatnot, but this one is so well made, and it's so clever, and it's so funny. It's modern without seeming like it's pandering. And I don't know, everything about this movie works so pitch well, and I had a smile on my face the entire time that I just have to celebrate how well made this story is. Another movie that I never could find a great price for, but I found one at $4.99, the Peanuts movie. This is one of the best animated comedies of the decade, and it lends so well to the spirit of the Charles Schulz comics, not only in the design but also the morals, the actual storytelling. This is a movie that, like Schulz's comics, doesn't sugarcoat anything for kids. It makes it known that, hey, life is hard. What really tests your mettle is how you approach the difficulties in your life and what attitude you come at with things. It kind of like wrangles a couple of Peanuts threads and stories and kind of puts them in the span of this one school year. And the Snoopy stuff is fantastic. So is all the stuff with Charlie Brown. I don't know, something about the emotion and the design really reveals the artistry and the care that people at Blue Sky, which haven't given us great movies. This is easily their best. But it shows that they did have care for this property, and I really admire their work. So definitely check this one out. A movie that is a huge guilty pleasure for me, but screw it, I love it anyway. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This is a movie that starts off kind of just like a so bad it's good movie, and then it leans into this haunted house film that I never thought we would ever see in a Jurassic World movie, and yet it gets into like such a so bad it's good territory that it actually kind of goes around and becomes good again. There's a lot of horror stuff in this film that J.A. Bayona injects into the film, especially the opening sequences and some of the spooky shadows inside the haunted house, they kind of freshen up this franchise. The ending is so wild and absurd that we've basically just accepted the Jurassic World franchise is just ludicrous. It's reaching Sci-Fi Channel levels, and I'm totally here for it. Yeah, it's Jurassic World. Dinosaurs. Eating people. Mass hysteria. Another movie I'm surprised I don't have in this collection, Split. Well-made thriller from M. Night Shyamalan. A lot of people talk about the twist ending, and a lot of people talk about Glass that's coming out next year. I think what makes this movie work is that it works first as just this tense, you don't know what's going on thriller. McAvoy's performance is just spellbinding, how he's able to grab all these different personalities and just make them believable to you. And I mean, here there's only about like 4 or 5 of the supposed 27 or 26 personalities that he has, but you always get the idea that McAvoy has all these personalities in his head and is ready to flip at a moment's notice. It's just a nice, tense, kind of escape room-esque thriller, and filled with Anya Taylor-Joy's performance and this character who is smart enough to try and... You believe she's got a shot to escape. And something about that, coupled with the mythology that goes in, some really tense, nice, creepy supporting characters, especially James McAvoy's psychologist. I don't know, it makes this movie work. And I'm worried that Glass won't work because it is so ambitious and absurd. I'm worried that after, 2 good movies, M. Night Shyamalan might get, a big ego again and just go off the rails. And, I don't know, scared for Glass, but I'm still gonna go see it. So, during Black Friday, I bought this movie 3 times, and I finally found the copy I want for the price that I want, Deadpool 2. For a guy who didn't like the original Deadpool at all, I thought Deadpool 2 improved on what I wanted, which was more absurdity, a tighter story, better characters, honestly better action. I thought this one had a surprising amount of heart that pulled, that kind of grounded the absurdity, but let the absurdity, it gave it a longer leash to go wild. It wasn't necessarily raunchy. And so, something like that I really appreciate Deadpool 2 for. Alright, so if you haven't revoked my film critic card yet, you're going to revoke it now. And I'm going to try my best to defend this movie as well as I possibly can. Academy Award nominee, The Boss Baby. The reason I like this movie is because of DreamWorks. And DreamWorks has a way of putting every idea they've got into a movie. So you'll see different styles of animation. You'll see a million jokes flying at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I think it's just the effort that DreamWorks puts into just making something so damn ridiculous a lot of fun that actually makes this work out. And I thought the way it wraps around at the end kind of gives this movie some heart, much needed heart, that really makes you feel. And I don't know, it's cute, alright? Shut up! Testing a lot of my friend's patiences today. Justice League. Same way I was talking about TMNT 2, this is very much an hour-and-a-half cartoon. I think this one's almost 2 hours. I thought the Superman stuff actually works really, really well. A lot of the Joss Whedon ideas, brightening up a lot of the fights, adding more color, adding more humor, actually made this movie more palatable. It made it feel like a superhero movie instead of just this dour, aimless, depressing nonsense. And so when you add the humor and color, you realize that what they're fighting about, based off of BVS and Man of Steel, it doesn't really matter. The whole point is you have all these characters coming together and having fun with each other and kind of shooting the shit and fighting bad guys. And isn't that really what superheroes at their most basic is about? Just, there's a bad guy, let's kick his ass, and we'll be good with it. So, yeah, Justice League. It's a good movie. I've never seen Heat before. I got it for really, really cheap. It's on Blu-ray. And basically people are saying this is the greatest, crime movie ever made, even above Godfather, which Seems like, to me, a tall order, but if anybody can do it, it's probably Michael Mann. This next one is really hard to recommend to people because it's such kind of like a bummer movie. I don't know. Manchester by the Sea. It's a movie about grief. It's definitely a bummer of a film, but if you've got a dark sense of humor like I do, there's a lot of dark humor to be pulled out in this. Casey Affleck gives one of those performances that, at the beginning of the movie, he's very reserved, but as you peel away the layers, you realize that at the beginning of the movie, he's had an entire life just buried inside this guy. And you can tell that there are secrets to be revealed about this dude. Why doesn't he want to take care of his dead brother's son? Dealing with your grief, dealing with forgiveness, trying to be a better human being, and it's a tearjerker and a half, man. But it's definitely worth a watch. There's a reason it was nominated for Best Picture. Switching 180 degrees here, we were talking about John Wick before, and I'm bringing it up now. I finally found the Blu-ray for a really good price this Black Friday, and so I'm super excited. John Wick, what can I say? It's a simple revenge story executed masterfully. This is the kind of action movie that other action movies mirror themselves after. This is one that's, when we're talking about the 2010s, this is going to be a Hallmark movie. The next one is a movie that I don't like, but the more I see of it and the more I think about it, I'm starting to lean positive on it. La La Land. I'm not the biggest fan of the characters. I feel like if they just would have talked more, their problems might have been handled better. I don't know if that's me judging the characters or if that's me criticizing the writing, but whatever. I think just the technical craft behind this is so well made that it might start pulling me back towards, okay, I like this movie again. And the music, that whole audition scene is just a beauty. It's like a 6 out of 6 scene in a movie that I eventually gave, I think, like 2.5 out of 6. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch this again, but thankfully I got it on Blu-ray. Next movie, Logan. Blu-ray. I mean, you have to. This one comes with the Logan Noir, which I'm actually really interested in checking out because of the way that Mangold directs with shadows, and I think looking at it through a black and white lens is going to kind of help emphasize some of the melancholy of this film. I love the first 2/3 of it, and then the last third kind of reminds me of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with all the kids and shit. So maybe with a second viewing, maybe with some more time to really revel in the bleakness of this character and the difficulties that he's going through becoming sort of a mortal man. Maybe I'll appreciate that last third better. But anyway, Logan, powerful stuff, and I'm definitely excited to rewatch. Last year's Best Picture winner, The Shape of Water. The more I think about this, the more impressed I am with how much Del Toro thinks about his movie. How each color has a meaning. He talks about eye protein. If there's a visual there, it's not just there to be pretty, it's there to reveal some of the story. Each one of his movies feels like a textbook on movie making. And if you're a movie fan, if you're a movie lover, you'll look at this story. If you can get past the whole, like, fairy tale R-rated vibe, then you'll find so much to love in here. And I'm excited to rewatch this again. Maybe fall in love with it even more. Fences, I just re-edited our Fences review, so you can check that up in the corner over there. There always is that kind of, when you see it on Broadway, this feeling of you're watching a presentation versus you're watching a life play out, and you're just watching selected excerpts of that life. And so I thought the production design, I thought the cinematography, the performances, all the complete package are fantastic in this, and just the battles between Denzel Washington and Viola Davis as she's dealing with his bullshit are fantastic. The last one I'm talking about here, 8th Grade. It's a coming-of-age film that really encaptures what it's like to live in Generation Z. Your life is here in the real world and online. And how do you balance with this new influx of information, input, perspective, etc.? And I thought the chaos, the inner chaos of that was masterfully handled by Bo Burnham, and especially Elsie Fisher, who should not be overlooked for Best Actress consideration. So the reason I put these two together is because I got them off of Amazon. My friend Amy at the Movie Checklist, she's an Amazon affiliate. She does her own Blu-ray hauls, and in the description she has links to Amazon pages. Whenever you click on a link for Amazon, it'll show the DVD or Blu-ray that she has there, and if you buy it, she gets a little bit of kickback from that. But it's not just the DVDs that she puts up. If you access Amazon through her link and you buy anything off of Amazon, as long as it's off that click and you buy it that day, she gets a little kickback from it. If you've got a favorite creator that you like to support, it is literally just as easy as giving them a click. And so I would like to urge you all to, find your favorite Amazon affiliate creators and just support them. Every time you go to Amazon, just go through their link. Don't type it into Amazon.com, just go through their link, and then they'll get a little bit of support from whatever you decided to buy, whether it be a sex toy, a DVD player, or some food. I don't care. Anyway, that's it. That is all for this gigantic November DVD Blu-ray haul, and so we're about to go right now and talk about all the digital codes that are up for giveaway this month. This excessive amount. 8th grade, Fences, The Shape of Vata, oh shit, Logan, La La Land, John Wick, Manchester by the Sea, Heat, Justice League, The Boss Baby, oh lord, Deadpool 2, I'm getting tired. These are the most crunches I've done this month. Split, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Peanuts Movie, Love, Simon, last but definitely not least, Incredibles 2. So, how do you enter this contest here? First off, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. And second off, you have to make your subscription public. You go into the top right corner where your little channel header is, click on that. Next to Creator Studio is going to be Settings. Click on Settings. Thumb to the left, you're going to see History and Privacy. And when you click on that, you're going to see an option that says Keep all my subscriptions private. Do not leave the check mark. You have to make sure that is blank, like it's shown right there. And once you do that, that'll show that your subscription is public, so if you're a new subscriber and that notification doesn't necessarily reach my phone, I can still look in my subscription list and see you there. And as long as I know that your subscription is public, then I'll make sure to enter you in the contest. And then after that, it's as simple as just leave me a comment of what movies you want. Now, we have a bunch of them here, so preferably I'd like you to list the ones that you want, just kind of like one per line. You know, like number 1, this, number 2, this, da-da-da-da-da-da. You are only eligible to win one, so if you win your number 1 pick, then, you know, I'm just going to eliminate you from the rest of the contest. I want to spread the love around. Unfortunately, to Rise and Roger F., y'all are ineligible this month because you won last month. Again, want to spread the love around. You guys will be eligible for my December Blu-ray haul, which, I mean, there's a lot of Christmas stuff coming up, and there's a lot of good movies, so it's not like I'm leaving y'all empty-handed. Don't worry. Like I told Rise and Roger F., if you do win, make sure to let me know in the comments how best to give that code to you, whether it be Instagram DM, Twitter DM, just let me know in the comments below. I think that's it for this giant, massive haul. Thank you very much if y'all stuck to the end. Make sure to comment, let me know about your Blu-ray hauls, link me your videos to your Blu-ray hauls if you've made them, and I'll definitely check those out. And thank you all again very much for watching, supporting the show, and hopefully all y'all will win these, because, man, there's a ton here. Oh, Lord. I don't know how my wallet's going to keep this up. I hope you had a very great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next month in December. Bye!